Business work. A module in a postgraduate diploma is called business work. I don't believe a word he's saying. Bottom line, I think he's lying through his teeth. I don't believe a word he's told me.
At Heathrow, a Bangladeshi man has been stopped at passport control after flying in with his new wife.
If you can just break down your colleges for me. So in 2003...
He has been living in the UK as a student for the last 6 years, attending 4 different colleges. But 3 of the 4 colleges are now known by the UK Border Agency to be bogus. Officer Tim Weatherall takes on the case.
If you wish to stay in here together, you can, or you can either proceed downstairs or you can wait outside. Okay, but I'm going to let you know now, if it's the case that you are refused entry after we've done our investigations, you won't have a choice, okay? You will be landed and you will be refused, so you won't be able to stay together. I would suggest that you prepare for the worst case scenario, if that is appropriate, and then you work out what you're going to do. Because at the end of the day, that's your decision, yeah?
The newlyweds will only come into Britain together if the husband can prove he's a genuine graduate. But it will take some convincing. Officer Weatherall has a thick file of evidence against the college that issued his qualifications.
I'm just going to go through and interview you now, okay? So just follow me through this way. Just head in there, grab a seat on the far side. We haven't just stopped you on a hunch here. As I explained to you, we've got a lot of information about yourself and about the college and about the types of course that were on it, okay? And did you actually attend the Westminster College of Computing 4 days a week? So how many modules did you take then?
I think 4.
What were they all called?
One is business work.
Business work. That's a module in a postgraduate diploma is called business work. Okay, next.
I can't remember.
So you can remember 1 of your 4 modules.
I can't remember.
Did you take exams? And I'm guessing you can probably only remember 1 or 2. Can't remember anything? Not even the ones that you mentioned before?
No.
This is a 45-page document, yeah? I've got 45 pages there which prove to me that any degree that obtained from Westminster College of Computing is completely bogus. You need to start being very honest with me or you're going to have a much bigger problem than you do now. You haven't, sir. I don't believe you.
I swear to God.
The fact is, looking back through the colleges you've studied at, all of them are known to immigration for being problem colleges. So I have real issues with the fact that you've ever studied here at all.
I've done some computer course as well.
Here or
Oh yeah.
when were they?
That was in Steadfast, I think.
Steadfast College. Another college that's been closed down for issuing bogus certificates.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not looking good for you, is it? We're happy with your wife, she's going to be allowed through. She's not going to be allowed to stay with you. I'm not happy with you, you will be detained by immigration until we get to the bottom of it, okay? So you need to decide where she's going to go. That's your problem, not mine, okay?
Before deciding the passenger's fate, Officer Weatherall must refer the case to his Chief Immigration Officer, Mo Ghaffar.
Basically, I don't believe a word he's saying. Yeah, I mean, bottom line, I think he's lying through his teeth. I don't believe a word he's told me.
I think we've got substantial information in relation to the fact that he studied at an institution that has closed down. We'll land his wife, and then we'll go from there. All right, Timothy, thanks, thank you.
Okay, right, I spoke to my Chief Immigration Officer. Your wife, we're happy to allow to proceed. She's going to be landed, she's been granted leave to enter. With regards to yourself, the decision's been taken by myself and the Chief Immigration Officer to refuse you entry into the UK today, okay, and to cancel your UK residence permit. You have the right to appeal in country, or you have the right to appeal from Bangladesh. That choice is up to you.
The husband chooses to appeal from the UK. This usually means being held in a detention centre while the appeal is considered, but there are exceptions.
Considering that he has his wife with him, it seems only reasonable to give him temporary admission. I don't consider him to be an absconder at this stage, and if he wishes to fight his case, then let him take his chances in court. She probably doesn't even know what the husband's been up to in the United Kingdom. She didn't expect to be stopped at immigration control and then be asked questions by an immigration officer as to why she was coming to the UK. If I was the wife of this particular passenger, I'd be pretty upset. I'd be asking my husband, what have you been doing?
The husband is granted temporary admission, but he loses his appeal and is put on a flight back to Bangladesh. In Stoke, the enforcement team are going after illegal workers. Now they're about to surprise the employees of a car wash.
Morning. All right, with immigration and police, we've got a warrant to search these premises. Just need to get everybody's identity, nationality, and see where we go from there. All right, mate? Okay, guys, come this way.
Morning, speak English, lads? No? Any English at all? Pushtu. Okay.
One employee can speak English and he's happy to interpret his colleagues' incredible claims.
He says, I don't know the day, but he's saying I'm 15 or 17, 15, 16, something like that.
15? 15 years old?
Yeah.
With grey hair?
With grey hair.
And it appears a common theme is emerging.
We're speaking to this lad here, but he claims to have arrived here last night in the early hours of the morning on a lorry from France. And he says he's 15.
Me?
I'm arresting you on suspicion of entering the UK without leave. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. If you don't mention, when questioned, something which you later on in court.
You are now, Ismail, you are now under arrest.
Both men claiming to be 15 are arrested as they've admitted entering the country illegally. As they're claiming to be children, their ages will have to be assessed by the social services.
Just take that as
One of the remaining workers is a Pakistani national who is here on a student visa. However, he admits he is not doing any studying at all. The Afghani who's been so helpful acting as an interpreter is a failed asylum seeker and should have left the UK. Now he faces the reality of going home.
I live a long time in this country, no crime, nothing. But I can't live in Afghanistan now because if you saw me, my brain is already from here.
I mean, there were 5 employees there and we've taken 4 out. This guy who owns this place looking at, you know, upwards of £40,000 in penalties, which is a considerable amount. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied actually. 5 out of a morning's work. Happy.
Okay, guys, let's go.
The Afghani worker who helped to interpret won himself a reprieve. He put in a fresh application and was given permission to live in the UK. The student who was working instead of studying was detained and removed back to Pakistan. The 2 Afghani men claiming to be 15 were assessed to be over 18. One was detained and removed from the UK, but as the other had no travel documents, he was released on bail and has since absconded.